What is up, everybody? Right here, and we are back with some more Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. We are going to run Magma Core today, Hazard 5. We're going to run the Gunner, and we're going to run the Heavy Gunner. This is probably going to be a pretty powerful build. We're going to run a couple different weapons. We're going to run the auto cannon a little bit, but we're going to run mostly the coil gun. And then we're going to run another beam weapon that we get with some sort of heavy. So either the cryo, one of the plasma weapons, or the toxic one, the sludge pump. So we're gonna run those guns. The main gun is going to be the coil gun, though. That's going to be our biggest weapon, and I do want to make sure, the reason we're going to get one of the other guns is because I want to make sure that we get another beam item so we can increase beam range and beam damage. So that's why we're going to pick up either the sludge pump or one of those other weapons. But we're going to try to get probably 3 overclocks here. I'm going to try to level up the auto cannon. I'm going to try to level up the coil gun, and then I'm going to try to level up whatever this beam, whatever that next beam weapon we get is. And then honestly, this should just be a really strong build. It's going to be pretty powerful. Let's do that XP gain. And that's part of why we're running Magma Core, because I'm relatively confident in the strength of this one. You'll notice we run the first map quite a lot, and that's because I don't necessarily know if I'm confident all the time in the build to be that strong. And I hate redoing videos over and over. And I know some people have said, oh, why don't you play the other biomes? And that's kind of why. The other biomes can be a little tougher, especially if it's not a strong build. And then I end up having to do it over and over and over again, and it kind of sucks. We'll just take the sludge pump here. I would have preferred the coil gun second, but we don't have a lot of gold, and I don't really want to re-roll too much. Let's do the clipboard. Normally this item kind of sucks, but since we are on molten core, whenever we take damage, we're going to gain XP. So now whenever we run through this fire, we're going to take damage. Let's do the reload on you. I'm going to do that XP gain. See, so we'll get a little bit of XP whenever we take damage. Okay, let's do that legendary reload for all our weapons. I'm okay taking a few hits here early in the game to get more XP and all that. Let's do... Sure, let's do reload for all our heavy weapons, because we're gonna run... Well, I guess the coil gun's not gonna be a heavy weapon. I would prefer that my last weapon is a heavy, though. Alright, let's do damage. Let's do damage. Because I'm gonna focus the weapons again, because I want to get at least 3 overclocks here. And we're gonna re-roll for the coil gun next. So the coil gun has to be our third gun here. Let's do that XP gain. So we can just kind of sit in that fire, but I'm not gonna quite do that because we can't. Because I'm gonna get hit and I need to gather resources. Let's do mining speed there. I would love for these guys to mine everything out here. I want to get this nitra. Alright, let's do potency. We're gonna kill these enemies really quick, so I'm gonna try to get away from them a little bit here. Okay, so we need to see the coil gun here, so let's re-roll these. Hopefully we don't have to do too much. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of gold gone. That's a bummer. That was so much gold we wasted right there. Okay, so let's do the coil gun. Let's do kinetic damage. Man, we're getting really good upgrades here. All right, we gotta go find. There's got to be more nitra somewhere. Right, there's got to be more nitra. Let's focus weapons, especially the coil gun. The dream is to get extra beams on this guy, legendary beam upgrades. That would be ideal. Blow all these guys up, or at least try to. Get this extra XP. I don't know where this other nitra is. Is it going to be over here? It's probably going to be over here, huh? In this little corner. No? Okay. There's one boss dead. I'm gonna try to avoid killing this other boss, but I don't know how long we can do that for. Because he's probably gonna die just to the poison, just from walking through it. Because he's gonna pick up the poison damage, and he is almost dead. Let's get this, yeah, let's get this last of this nitra, and we'll get out of here. Uh-oh, okay. We're gonna have to run around. We'll probably take a few hits here, but that's okay. Let's do fire rate. I'm not going to do beam lifetime. I would prefer beam range. I will take beam range, a lot of that. As much of that as I can get, to be honest. So the only problem with this build is it's going to be hard to farm levels in the beginning just because we are going to be so strong. This is going to be one of the probably strongest, one of the stronger builds in the game. Man, we have hardly any gold though. So I think I want to do beam range, and then we'll do the paint job. I'm going to take a lot of paint jobs on this one. Let's do the extra beam. Let's do the reload on you, and we'll call it, because I don't really have any gold to do much more.
There's beasties to shoot and work to be done. Get to it, miner.
Oh, come on. I should have known that was going to happen. Alright, well, at least I don't need to... Well, I shouldn't say I don't need to waste gold anymore, because there is a chance we may need to reroll this last one. Let's do the clip size and reload. I don't know exactly what I want for this last weapon. I guess preferably a heavy weapon, though. It doesn't have to be a beam weapon, though. Just a heavy. Just so it can benefit from all that reload and stuff we got, and then whatever heavy damage we pick up. Man, this lava's only doing 1 damage to us because of our extra armor. I don't really think I need much more HP, so let's go fire rate. Oh, come on. They shot like right just so I couldn't dodge it. All right, let's do reload speed on you, because we still are kind of prioritizing weapons to an extent. Because I would ideally like to get these 3 weapons overclocked. Is that going to happen? Ugh, I don't know, but we're going to try our hardest. Okay, so for the last one, we could do... This is a heavy gun, but it's not a great heavy gun. But I think we will just take it because I don't want to... And it is kinetic, and I know we got some kinetic upgrades. Because honestly, I don't want to reroll. I don't want to spend any more gold. So we'll just keep that gun. It'll be fine. I don't know how much we level up that gun though. All right, fire rate. fire rate not that great with this because a lot of these don't have a fire rate. This one does. This one we're gonna get a ton of fire rate though for our overclock, unless I take the Stormy mag, but I don't think I will. This gun definitely could use fire rate, but I'm not gonna level this gun up enough, and then these guns don't really benefit from fire rate, so I think we'll just do the XP damage again. Let's do that critical chance. So now we're gonna get what, double the XP when we get hit now? There's a magnet. Okay, let's do the reload. Here's all the loot bugs. All right, let's do. We can do beam reload. Decent amount of XP, at least so far. You should get XP based on how much damage you take, not necessarily just taking damage. So the higher you get hit, the more XP drops. That'd be interesting. I don't really need to worry about picking up XP because of that magnet. Let's level up our weapons. I don't want to get too far behind on that. Again, I don't think I need, well, in this case, it's the better choice though, I think. The XP gain's not that, the XP gain's always good. I'm not going to level up this weapon too much, so I'll just take the HP there. That'll lead for more room to being able to get hit and things like that. Let's do, we're going to do the weapons. Stick to the weapons. Let's take our damage and get our XP here while we can. Okay, we'll definitely do that. Extra beam for sure. So now we got 2 beams on this guy. Okay, we can do... we can do the fire rate.
This ain't a picnic, miner. The bugs are all over you. I want it.
It is kind of cool only taking 1 damage and getting all this XP. There's that magnet that we're not going to get yet. Wait until the very last minute. Let's go run through this lava.
Gotta move it, miner. The bugs are gunning for you.
Just straight up run through all of it. Let's do 10% damage. Okay, there's 1 boss dead. Let's do that critical chance. Alright, there goes. Now, oh no. That was bad placement. Oh, it should be okay. But that magnet's a little further away than I want. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll this. This kind of stinks too. Oh my gosh, come on. Alright, let's do the range. That was kind of a waste of rerolls right there. For people that ask why I don't reroll, that's part of it right there. Alright, let's stick with our weapon upgrades. Coil gun. Fire rate. Do the sludge. Let's do the damage and reload. I'm just gonna do, we only have, I'm just, because I want to level up the weapons. We only have 1 status effect weapon, and I know that would help the sludge pump a lot, but I'm just gonna take the damage just to get this going. I'm gonna take the paint job. I'm gonna take the movement speed. Reload speed. We'll do reload speed. It's pretty good. I mean, level 46. Level 46 by the second floor. That's pretty good. Okay, let's do the damage. We can do pickup radius. Let's do armor too. We're not gonna level up those guys. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let's do piercing. Oh, not quite perfect. And I want to focus this guy. We're a couple short. Then we could do reload for all heavy.
Now this is a rare treat.
Get to work.
The gunner is just such a good. This class is just, I think, above and beyond the best class. There's so many good weapons. The coil gun, the thunderhead, just amazing weapons for this class. They get really, really good perks. Just, it's so good. So good. All right, let's hang out here for a little bit and gain some XP. This double clipboard is working out pretty well for us too. All right, let's do the XP gain. I actually should have taken that XP gain earlier now that I'm thinking about it. We're gonna have a decent amount of armor too, so I think we will kind of try to build our character up a little bit more tanky than I normally do. Oh, that's gonna be a couple short. Man, that guy just kept hitting me. Just please die. Alright, we gotta get out of here. Alright, let's do the paint job. Alright, I can't get too overconfident here with taking damage though. Alright. Oh yeah, the mocap. Perfect. Let's do the mocap. That's going to give us a huge damage boost. So what are we at right now? 63%? 175% damage. Crazy.
The scanner just lit up like a Christmas tree. We got a swarm incoming.
It's funny because we're pretty much going to be a take damage build now. Take damage, get XP, take damage, do more DPS.
Big swarm detected. Lock up and get ready.
Should be pretty interesting. I definitely wouldn't mind seeing that extra armor now though too. If we could get the pretzel to get the extra armor, that would be incredible. All right, let's do this one. We're gonna do the damage and reload. Another magnet. I didn't even see that until right now. All right, let's chain all these. Oh, didn't mean to take that hit. It gets a little. It's getting a little hard to see with all the sludge just everywhere. Alright, we completed our quest, but let's get the gold. There's, there's the, man, good thing we came up here. Yeah, we gotta get this guy. Come on, blow up. Alright, there's one boss dead, though. Alright, critical damage, 50%, sure. Our crit rate's kinda okay, 38%, could be worse. Nothing's even shooting at this guy. That's why we're not killing him. Alright, what are we gonna get here? Beam damage, huh?
before it heads back to orbit.
Yeah, let's do the beam damage. And we cleared it. Shoot. Oh man, I wasn't even paying attention to that. I wonder if I'm gonna be able to get this magnet now. There was a magnet, right? Where was it? Oh my gosh, am I not gonna be able to get that magnet? I could have swore there was a magnet.
Gotta move on, Miner.
Dang.
Pod will head out momentarily.
Alright, let's do reload speed on you. And this extra nitro right here, too. I'll get some of it. That was a bummer. That was a really inefficient floor. That bug really took me off track. Alright, let's do reload, damage.
Nope.
Let's do critical damage. Pickup radius.
Use this.
We have a lot of gold. We can do that XP. There's still 2 more floors, and then let's spend the last gold on healing.
Expense. Why am I paying?
You have your objectives. Get it done, Miner.
The part of the reason we didn't do so good that floor is because I wasn't paying attention to the boss's health. And then we saw the hoarder bug a little late, and then I do think there was a magnet on that floor that we just didn't get then.
Have a loot box. You shouldn't scratch this mineral. It was just
Swarm detected. Get ready. They'll be with you shortly.
We still don't have any overclocks yet either. We have a couple that are close. I think we can get there. Okay, so what artifacts do we want to see now? We want to see, I definitely wouldn't mind seeing the pretzel at this point. I'm just gonna hang out here until I can, until these bugs catch up to me. Okay, so let's get you overclocked. 3 extra beams. I'm not even gonna get this,
Detected. Lock up and get ready.
I'm not gonna pick up this, the red sugar, because I don't mind being lower in health to increase my damage. We need to get one of these other weapons, though, overclocked, because the sludge pump being our main weapon right now isn't working super well for us.
So please clear it out.
I need to get this thunderhead or this coil gun going a little bit more.
Lock up and get ready.
We are struggling, I mean, a little bit, not too much, but I think we do need some extra damage here from these other guns.
Gimme.
We're gonna have to do a loop for that guy.
Bloody hell, you're hot to kill.
Okay, this will complete our quest.
Objective completed.
Let's show them some fight.
I do kind of think taking this minigun might have been a little bit of a mistake too. It's just not that good of a weapon. Especially at level 1, it's not really going to do anything for us. I think we could have picked a better weapon for level 1. Alright, let's do range.
Calling to me. Got it right between the eyes.
It does seem like there's... Some games it just seems that there's way more bugs than normal. And that seems to be this game. This game seems like there's a lot of bugs. Okay, we're gonna re-roll this. Beam damage, sure.
Stuff of legend.
Okay, let's do the critical damage. Will be fine with this build. So we did get that 50% critical damage too, so let's do that. The only weapon that's not really going to benefit from this is the sludge pump too much. But overall, I think that's really going to help us. Oh, let's see if we can get this gold a little bit. These enemies are going to come quick, though, so I can't chill here too long. Actually, it looks like we can. Okay. We're not gaining a lot of levels here. I think it's because we're clearing through the floors a little quicker. Okay, let's do this, and we're going to do the extra beams. So now we have 2 overclocks, which is great. Let's work on getting this guy. Let's do damage and reload. Reroll. We can do that because our 2 strongest weapons right now are beam weapons. Let's reroll. Okay, we'll do piercing. And that's all we can afford. That's all we can afford. I can do, well, I can do no, let's do a reroll and hope we get a different weapon. Perfect. Let's do damage on you. All right, last floor. We're probably not going to get 3 overclocks here. We're actually lower level than I thought we would be, but that's also because we kill the bosses a lot quicker than some of our other builds. So, you know, the quicker you kill the bosses, the less farming you get to do and things like that. And it is kind of weird because I have been taking advantage of this XP where I stay on here and I have 2 of them. It's not like I haven't been taking advantage of that. Could I have done it a little bit more? Sure, but I have been doing it a decent amount. I would have really liked to have gotten this this Thunderhead though overclocked also. So I don't think getting the sludge pump as our first overclock was the best decision, but that's just kind of how it happened. All right, legendary beam. Okay. Okay, sludge pump. See? You see what I mean? This game wants me to make this sludge pump powerful. It really did. We have a ton of beams on this. I think we got quite a few. Oh no, I guess we didn't get. I think maybe we got some global overclocks for it that make it better. Cause I know we saw quite a few legendaries. What do I need to clear down here? Just that little spot. All right, let's do. This one's interesting. I could either just take the flat out damage, reload, crit chance, and crit damage. Or I could do this, but I'm going to have to mine a lot of gold here because I only have 58 to get 100% damage increase. So obviously that's better than this. But I need to go find more gold to mine. So let's do this. That's going to drain my gold right here for 100%, but I need to go find more gold. There should be enough gold on here to get us there. So I'm going to try to save getting the last of the gold until right when the final boss shows up. So unfortunately this isn't gold. Man, that did 100 damage? Dang. Alright, let's get you damage. Okay, here's a bunch of gold. I gotta make sure this isn't gonna get me to 50, but another node might.
Think you can kill me? Won't think again.
So that's 28. This is probably, oh, this is Nitra. Okay, here's the extra gold down here. Okay, so let's see if I can kind of do this right, where I just get a little bit. So I'll hang out here. Let's kill this egg and kill this boss. And then I'm gonna bust open this gold and then we'll go, well, let's bust open the egg first and then I'll bust open. Luckily the egg is kind of really close to this guy, so I'm gonna keep my damage. I'm gonna keep my health low too, so I can, we're gonna kind of risk it. We're risking this run a little bit here. All right, we're not gonna get this guy overclocked, so I'm gonna take that damage. Okay, that guy came out sooner than I thought he would. Let's get the gold. So that gives me the 100% damage bonus. So what's our damage at? It's only at 285. I kind of thought it would be higher. 100% plus the mocap. I definitely did think we'd be higher. We're destroying him. Oh my gosh, I took a huge hit right there because I got stuck. Okay, now I'm gonna take this health. Give me this red sugar. I can't die here. See, though, man, what a powerful run that was. Super powerful. That worked out really well at the end too. So let's see what we had. We had 2 clipboards. We had the HP here. We had the big crit, so we were doing 77 crit, 384% damage, and then at the very end we got the 100% damage boost. So yeah, really good solid run. That was really powerful. We got good armor, we got good health. 33 million. Look at the coil gun, 55 million damage. That's crazy how much damage that gun did. This gun did about 9 million, about 10 million if we add in the acid. The Thunderhead didn't do a lot, but I really think you need to get this guy overclocked if you want to do insane damage. You need to get that 150% fire rate, or you need to get that Stormy Mag to make it really good. And then of course this guy didn't even do 1 million, but we didn't put 1 point into him, but still that's really low. That's really low damage. Even for a level 1 damage. Doesn't even do 1 million. That's pretty bad. But that was a really strong build. That's why we did Magma Core. I know we got hit at the end there. That was a skill issue though. The build itself was really strong. I would have preferred not getting this guy overclocked and getting this guy overclocked instead. I think that would have helped a lot more if we had this guy at 19 and this guy at 19. And then our sludge pump at 14 instead. I think that would have been a little bit better for us. But overall, it was still really good. It still worked out really well, and it was a really strong build. So there we go. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy these videos, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And you know what? I hope you have a great rest of your day.